Hello, everybody. I'm the doc, John Macaroon. This is the Detroit Lions on SI Lone Wolves podcast after the bye week. Oh, my goodness. It was great. The bye week came at a perfect time, gave everybody a chance to recharge the battery. I'm refreshed. I'm ready for the stretch run. Thank you guys humbly. We've reached 4,000 subscribers since February. You guys are really enjoying the videos. Thank you kindly. Appreciate everybody that tunes in. I think it's time, since the Korean basketball fans are visiting Detroit, I'm going to visit Korea. I'm going to take in all the massage places. I'm going to go take in some sumo wrestling. I'm going to go take in some fencing. I'm going to take in some football. I'm going to do what Mr. Tom H did here in Detroit. I'm going to Korea. I'm going to Korea. And I'm going to document everything that I do. I'm going to get massages. I'm going to enjoy the customs of Korea and what they do over there. I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to find the richest Korean and get him to give me a gift card for $2,500 and go shopping. I'm going to crush sushi. I'm going to enjoy some soul food. I'm going to enjoy it all. I think it should be equal. If there's a massive Pistons fan, I'm going to go and be a fan of a basketball team from Korea. And then I'm going to introduce them to professional wrestling, because I don't think that I've seen WWE go to Korea yet. I'm going to introduce them to NFL football. I think I have to remember I have to go to South Korea. I can't get lost and go into North Korea. I am going to venture into Korea and introduce them to podcasting and NFL football. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the bridge to Korea. I'm kidding around, but I'm enjoying the travels of Mr. Tom H as he comes back to, why not be a Lions fan? He's staying in. He's a Pistons fan. I'm enjoying the trials and tribulations. Get your comments in. This episode we're going to talk about over the next 50 minutes or so until 8 o'clock. Get your questions in. What I learned about the Lions in the first half of the season. The Lions are getting healthier, what Dan Campbell said today, recapping what he said. Dan Campbell's following Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Curious what you guys think, who will be more successful in the long run. Are there any head coaches that are currently on the Lions roster? We'll talk about Kelvin Sheppard and what you think, how long he'll last in Detroit. We'll start to preview our intro thoughts regarding the Lions facing the Vikings. We know now the Lions are going to face J.J. McCarthy. This is great. Lions are going to win. The spread should go up. And then I'll give you what I wrote at Lions on SI. My game predictions should impress everybody. Get your questions in. Any questions that you have, we'll include them. Super chats are open, meaning any questions that you have. Any questions that you have and you want right away answered, drop a super chat. We will read them live to the audience. Thanks to the first 100 people here that are live. Brent, shout out to you. Korea's one stamp I don't have on my passport. Trying to correct that soon. Let's go. Let's go invade Korea and do a bunch of videos and tell everybody what we're doing and eat the food. And, I've seen them all over Instagram, as everybody knows. Everybody has does Brent DeWitt have a Brent DeWitt Eats on Instagram? Y'all are adding that extra sound so that I know you're eating your crunchy chicken. I know you're amplifying those videos. Everybody's eating, trying all the food. This guy Tom's eating all the food in Detroit. Oh, yeah. It's fine. That's cute. Not to me, you know what I mean? I'm not like falling in love with it. I'm enjoying it. My opinion, I'm a grown man. It's a little corny in my opinion. But go have fun, do your thing, Mr. Tom. But I'm a grown man. Grown man doesn't follow another grown man as he follows another NBA team. But I'm glad the Pistons have another fan. They need as many as they can get. They're like, you know what? We need this international market. I kid around. It's fun to see. Tom is taking over the internet. He's giddy. Guys, what I would do is like, Tom, let's go, you're doing the wholesome thing. But you're going to be here for 5 days. Let's go to 8 Mile, brother. Get you some steak. Dude's eating pizza, burgers. Let's get you a nice ribeye, brother. For $20, you can enjoy a steak or so. An appetizer, steak bites. What did you guys think about now when you've had a chance to reflect? Tom should be a Lions fan. They're closer to a championship than the Pistons. What did we learn about the Detroit Lions in the first half? This is what we learned. The defense is legit and can be a strength for this team. No doubt about it. You learned that the pressure and the defensive line has stepped up. You learned that the linebackers are legit. You learned that Dan Campbell has a defense that if you upgrade at certain spots can do some things. You can win if you upgrade the defensive line, add some talent. Let's just say upgrade by just getting depth and adding some talent. The Lions should be buyers at the deadline. That's what you learned. They've done enough to showcase to Brad Holmes, this is a championship caliber team. Am I wrong? I learned that I'm very proud of that defense. They can withstand injuries and execute at a high level. Kelvin Sheppard has answered the question. He's an NFL caliber coach, and we'll talk a little later. Could he be a SEC coach? I mean, I wasn't the only one that thought about it. I feel like that Kelvin Sheppard's name is going to be around quite a bit in regards to future head coaching positions and opportunities, maybe even collegiately. Ghetto Boy Juan, what's up? Good teams win. Great teams cover. Thank you, MSU, with that late garbage touchdown. Yeah, covered. That's all we expected, was just don't get your ass blown out. It was garbage time, but that's all you could ask for. Win-win. I had a good weekend gambling-wise, real fast. Only give back was I did bet the Bengals. I thought they would beat the Jets. I had no faith in Aaron Glenn, so gave some of the profits back from the Michigan win, but still a winning weekend. I took the points and the Spartans. Shout out to Mark G. I did not think Aaron Glenn was head coaching material. Sheppard will be better. Very interesting. Brent, Doc, have you ever had an ugly steak from Lefty and Romo's? No, I don't even know where that is. Where is that? Give me your suggestion on where to go. But I'm going to Korea. That's it. If they sent Tom, then I'm sending. Then the USA is sending Doc to represent Americans. They'd be like, these ugly Americans. Oh my God, this guy. This fool here. Bring back Tom. Leave a 1-star review at some Korean joint, at some Korean massage joint. This is not what I expected. I'm going to go to Korea and leave a bunch of 1-star reviews. Be the ugly American. Tom is wholesome. Big smile on his face all the time. I'm going to go in Korea and get rugged. I was in the press box. Oh, man, I didn't even think about it. Listen, man, I was depressed. To be honest, I am Ghetto Boy One. I'm way too competitive. I am way too competitive. I was sitting there. First and foremost, if that happened on my watch, I would have ran on that field and chokeslammed the official. Jonathan Smith is a boob. Is he medicated? Allegedly, supposedly. How is it that the defensive coordinator got the message? And, Jonathan Smith on his way out getting fired is acting like a CEO. There's one time you need to yell and show something is when your team at home gets boned. It might have been offside, but you're at home. You're at Spartan Stadium. Your team sucks ass so much that you can't even get a home call. Jonathan Smith sucks. And once Haller got fired, Jonathan Smith was gone. He's gone. Good. Whenever it is, he's gone. Maybe the bye week coming up. Maybe Row Your Boat Man can blow out the Spartans and we can move on from Jonathan Smith. That guy has no passion. This guy doesn't understand. He came in here, observed Michigan State, and acts like that. Bro, come on. I have never been to Muskegon. I've been out to, I believe, passing through it. I believe I've been to the dunes and what and Lake Michigan. Amazing stuff out there out west. Great times out by out there is a great time. I've been out there a couple times to the lake and the beach out there by Lake Michigan. What did you guys learn about the Lions in the first half? They're 5-2. Things are great. Shout out to Anakin, Ghetto Boy Juan, Brent DeWitt, the first 200 people in here early. Get your questions in. What I learned about the Lions is I'm very proud of the defense, very opportunistic, very gritty, and can handle some injuries. You're getting some guys back. Offensively, Dan Campbell talked about it, and I haven't done the story yet, but I'll tease it here. He talked about it. He wants to improve third down and mid, third between 4 and 6 yards. He's saying that the offense is not extending drives, so it's not giving guys like J-Mo and Khalif Raymond opportunities to get their stats up, and others as well. And Jared Goff spoke too. I'll include his quotes. Jared Goff highlighted with Dan Miller on today, and I'm missing my days. Football was Sunday, Monday. Jared Goff spoke last Monday to Dan Miller after the game. Spoke last Tuesday. That's why I was confused. Jared Goff spoke to Dan Miller on Tuesday before the bye, and he talked about the team needing to move forward and be able to score points and get momentum after the defense forces turnovers. He wants to see the offense score points. Too many empty drives when the Lions get momentum after a turnover. So third down has to be better. The offense has to be better. You have to include more. Now, it was interesting in that I believe if you listen to the ticket, which I listen to a lot, earlier at the press conference, someone asked, hey, how do you balance some of the needs to get guys more productive? What are you seeing? And Dan said, I'm not going to highlight it specifically, but he did tell Dan Miller, one of the players is not J-Mo, the player that he called out and said he wants to see, he's doing great things, but wants to see him get numbers. He wants to see Khalif Raymond get numbers. He said it on the wrap-up show, the Lions review show. If you go check it out on demand on Odyssey, Dan Campbell said he wants to see Khalif Raymond get more production. I was a little bit surprised by that. It makes sense. He's a veteran. They're calling up plays for him, but certain plays, blocking's not right. The effectiveness is not right. He wants to see Khalif Raymond do a little bit more, which is right. I think there's trust there. He wants to see the vet do some things. But, shout out to Khalif. He's a proud father now for, I believe, the first time. Great pictures. What up, Doe? John Hughes. Dude, I laughed when Mr. Tom Herr is doing the what up, Doe in the camera. What up, Doe? And just real fast, just on a side note, just want to see what you guys think in the comments. What do you guys think of the Korean basketball fan taking over social media? Are you into it? I think he needs to get a little bit more rugged. Now he's done the choir boy thing. You need to get him drunk and see what he really thinks. This guy's out here eating burgers and doing television interviews. Let's have some fun. Let's get a little bit rugged. I come from Korea. I'm going to Korea. That's it. If he represents Korea, I'm going to represent you all. Where are my chopsticks? Where's the sushi? Where's the massage parlors? Where is the Kobe beef? Oh, I'm leaving a review. I want the royal treatment too. I'm from Detroit. The South Korean president is going to welcome me as your Royal Highness, Mr. John Macaroon. I'm going to go dressed up in a suit and go express myself. I don't even know what the Korean sports are that they're good at. Bro, listen, I am not cultured. Koreans got to have sushi too. I'm going to introduce some Korean sushi then. So if I walked up into Korea and said, I want some sushi, they'd laugh at me? Gosh darn it. I am kidding around, but I don't care. I am going to do something that I like. Be like, I want some grilled octopus. I hear you guys got the octopus here. Wait, so is Korean like the lo mein and and the like Szechuan Korean chow mein. Is that what it is? Sorry, I'm not cultured. I am a bonehead. Neanderthal. I do not know anything about culture. All right. And before I go to Korea, you guys will help me out. Kimchi, mofos. I want some kimchi right now. And some archery. I'm going to Korea. And I'm going to do a live podcast telling them about Sensei Dan Campbell. I know they do fencing and they do some karate, Muay Thai. They got to be doing some of that stuff. Sensei Dan Campbell coming here, whoop your ass. You guys will teach me the Korean culture when I go. I am going to invade Korea when the NFL finally goes over there too. What'd you guys learn about the Lions? I learned Jared Goff, probably not going to be the MVP. He's had too many turnovers, a couple of primetime games. He was good, but not excellent. He's not going to be the MVP, but he's going to be good this year. He's got to clean up some things. The offense has got to be, get back into rhythm and utilize all those weapons just a little bit better. That's the offense and defense. The defense, I think, has a chance to carry this team a little bit in this little next stretch as the offense figures stuff out. Now, Mark got in a question perfectly. You're right into my banners. Dan Campbell gave the update. Mark G, shout out to you, man. Good to see you here. Thank you to the 200 people. Oh, also, the free way to support for the 200 people, smash the like button. All you got to do, if you're listening right now, please just like the button, like the stream. It keeps the lights on. It allows me to continue to compensate Vito, Christian, Emmett, and put money back into the show. We're nearing 5,000 subscribers. I'm shocked. Thank you guys humbly for your support. Allows us to broadcast, to have a good time, and to express the videos. Now, there's a small change to the website as you see the scroll. We've added a couple letters to the website. si.com/NFL/line/on-SI. They want it to be very specific that it's on SI. It makes sense. That's the brand name, and now you can find it there. So you can always find the website and all the coverage. If you go to X at Detroit Podcast, that's where all the videos are posted, and all the website links are posted there too. The website has immediate content, and then it filters to YouTube and shorts and all that kind of stuff later. And then we do a couple podcasts a week here to enjoy conversation with you all. Thank you. Thank you humbly for your support. A big month of October was had. Now we hit the home stretch here for the rest of October, and then we hit November. We'll hit November strong. Mark G, shout out to you for tuning in. Any update on DJ Reed or Marcus Davenport? When might we see them back? Also looking forward to seeing Pascal start practicing. DJ Reed is not going to practice this week. Most likely it's going to be a couple weeks away with that hamstring. So you won't see him. I mean, if he practices, I do think with a hamstring, you got to be delicate. I don't think you'd see him against the Commanders, maybe the Eagles. Potentially the earliest would be the Commanders, but you want to see him practicing. With the hamstring, you got to be delicate. Davenport, I think, is trending more toward practicing in November and getting after it in the early part of early November, and then getting into action in mid-November. Because Dan Campbell said he's excited for November and early December. So I do think with Marcus's injury, probably the same path, 1 or 2 weeks, get your legs under you, and then get after it. Or just don't start practicing until the week you're going to play. But they're still farther away. The players that Dan Campbell said, Daniel Thomas, the defensive back, Terrion Arnold, will get back into action this week in practice. We'll know tomorrow when Dan Campbell talks again, and then we'll see the practice. And Malcolm Rodriguez. Rodrigo will be the talk tomorrow. He'll get back out there. He'll probably talk to the media. It was a recovery. He'll talk a little bit, but we all know he had a cleanup surgery in June, and now he's back in action. I expect Kirby to be back. Dan Campbell didn't say it today, but I would expect, a couple of weeks. He had a week off. I expect that he should be out there practicing. Now, will set the tone. Tomorrow will be the first practice that's observed in the media. I'm hoping that he gets back into action along with Taylor Decker. I would expect Kirby to be back. I think that a week off resting will do the job. Shout out to you, Justin. Kirby is a warrior. You can tell it pained him to miss the action, and I feel like they wanted to get it rest. And I feel like with J.J. McCarthy in action, you know that knee felt instantly better. Hell yeah, J.J. McCarthy. The Lions are going to whoop on the Vikings. Oh my goodness. Anakin's right. Lucky for us, we play the Vikings, who got dog walked by the Chargers. Exactly. The film is out there, how to get after them. I'm excited for the chance to play the Vikings. So the Lions are getting healthier. This is good news. You're going to have an opportunity. Now, pending that everybody that has been healthy stays healthy. Marcus Davenport, Josh Pascal. Maybe you incorporate Mekhi Wingo. He hasn't been hurt. He's been a healthy scratch. You incorporate a player in Mekhi Wingo that has been a healthy scratch, so you hope to get him back in action. The Lions are getting healthier. This is a good sign. You know, I think Terry Arnold being healthy, you're going to get DJ Reed back. And then they know that, hey, if you don't step up, there's a Nick Whiteside right behind you. There's a Rock Ya-Sin that is going to compete and play at a very high level. So we'll have an opportunity. And then guess what? Brian Branch comes back. You get your starting safeties back. So this is a good sign. So we learned about the Lions is that this is a team that's in the mix in the NFC. It's the Rams, Eagles, and Lions, guys. 49ers are, if you catch them on the wrong day, they can be nasty, but they have issues, clear issues. Fred Warner going down is a major issue to that defense, and they're not consistent. You are not going to want to go into the playoffs with Mac Jones if that's the case. Brock Purdy's got a nasty turf toe injury. Those things linger. His season's been derailed. Steve Wilds gets in. Shout out to you. Why was Fuller cut from the practice squad? I really believe he was a short-term situation. You got a lot of guys coming back, and cornerback is not a need right now, especially if you're going to go out there and trade for another one. If it's Alontae Taylor, Reek Woolen, you might not need it. I mean, look what you got. I mean, I know it's a position people are talking about, but you got Amik Robertson holding it down for the second unit, but he's a great nickel. You got Terry Arnold and DJ Reed coming back. Nick Whiteside really impressed a lot of people. He's been in the system and learning. And you got Trey Flowers. So you got some guys that the Lions have liked that have been here. So that's a good sign. But can you improve? Yeah, absolutely. But I think, Steve, unfortunately, Fuller was not going to be somebody that was going to be a long-term. I never felt that, especially the signal was once he got here, then he would have been called up if he made an impression. The Lions would have played him. Wasn't better than Whiteside at his age. Ooh, John Hughes with the biggest question here. Good question. Oh, you know how we know we made it? We got spam in the chat. Look at that. We made it. These spammers are dumb because we can easily block them. We made it. We got spam in the chat. Guys, first and foremost, smash that like button. My goal is to get around 100 likes per stream. That does the job. Any super chats, go right to the front of the line with your questions. But John Hughes has a real good one. Doc, would you rather have an edge or a cornerback? Can't say both. Man. But you remember, the plan was the Doc plan. Defensive line, offensive line, cornerback. So I did want both. But would I rather have a defensive lineman? I want to sack the quarterback. I think you can get by. If you pressure the quarterback, that opens things up. It makes Terry Arnold and DJ Reed better. It makes Amik Robertson available for turnovers and punching the ball out. I'd rather have a stud edge rusher. Give me the best. Go out and get somebody that can sack the quarterback and do the job. Can Myles Garrett just scream his head off and say, "Get me out of Cleveland"? It's not going to happen. They're not going to go bold, but one can dream. Steve adds the Packers as well. I feel like without Jaden Reed, they are not as good, not as consistent. But yeah, they had a good game against the Steelers. I liked it. So I give you respect for saying that. But I would rank it Rams, Eagles, then the Packers. Lions in the mix. Dan Campbell said today, it was nice. It was really nice. Dan Campbell said today, and of course, everybody would ask, and I think that the question was very fair. Do you follow what's going on with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn? Of course he does with Ben Johnson. The Bears are in the division. Aaron Glenn finally got his win. It was unfortunate that it came on the day that Nick Mangold passed away, earlier in the weekend. That sucks. It's unfortunate for Jet Nation. But for Aaron Glenn, good for him, man. Good for Justin Fields. Their backs were against the wall. I lost my gambling bet. I picked the Bengals. I thought the Jets would have no chance to rebound offensively. Little did I know. But I had a good weekend. I went big on Michigan, big on Michigan State with the points, and just a little bit light on one bet. I thought the Bengals would take care of business. So good gambling weekend for me. Kept it light. Bonus. We will never probably see. I was just thinking about that. We will probably never see Chauncey Billups back at LCA ever again, will we? Won't bet on it. Man, that stuff is crazy. That whole gambling stuff. But man, I don't know about you guys real fast before I talk about Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. When you watched how the officials botched the calls in the Steelers game, you watch how they botched and listen, I'm biased. They botched the offside call. When you know that there's gambling out there and you know that there's been improprieties, I watch it now and I go, these officials are either very stupid, incompetent, or they're gambling on these games. They are getting worse by the game, legitimately worse. What are they calling? The Packers were clearly offside. What the F are you looking at? Your job is to open your stupid eyes and look down the line of scrimmage. How do you not know the Packers were lining up offside in the neutral zone? How do you not know that the Spartan guy was not in the neutral zone? Yeah, he started fast, but that's a home game. How do you call that against the Spartans at home? How do you call that? It makes you look at the game and going, these guys cannot be this effing stupid. They cannot be this incompetent. I've seen incompetence in the media, in security, in PR, and tech. I've seen incompetence. This is different. This is incompetence at a whole other level. The whole world is watching you. If the whole world is watching you, how can you get worse on a weekly basis? Literally, if there were 10 million people watching me right now, every single syllable out of my mouth would be perfect. There would be no politically incorrect jokes. I would know that Korea has kimchi and not sushi. These guys are getting worse. It is embarrassing. It's hard to watch. You sit there, you watch the game, and you go, what the hell? Will the officials let the Lions win a critical game in Kansas City? Would the Lions be allowed to win a game in the Super Bowl? Come on, Vegas. Come on, Mafia. When's the Mafia and Chauncey Billups going to go and cheer on the Lions? You would think the Mafia would respect Dan Campbell. You'd be like, listen, don't you dare F Dan Campbell. Can the head of the Gambino crime family kind of tilt things in the Lions' favor? You would think the Mafia would love Detroit. That should be investigated. Why does the Mafia not love Detroit? Why aren't things rigged in the Lions' favor? But yeah, that's me. Did you guys watch it that way? And when you see the Packers calls, it was stupid. I was like, what are these calls? It makes you watch the game differently. And now I'm a conspiracy theorist. I never was, but now I am one. It's a conspiracy, damn it. To hold Detroit down. It's a conspiracy. Look at Steve. Steve's on board with the jokes. Chauncey will deliver Scooble to the Yankees for the Gambino family. I'm telling you, I was hooked when they're like the Gambino family. I'm like, there's actually a Netflix special with the Philly, Joey Merlino and versus Philadelphia. That stuff was good. I watched all 3 episodes last night after all the football. It was football. I watched all 3 games. I watched the Jets. I watched the Giants game. I watched the Bears game was also on simulcast. I watched the Broncos whoop ass. And then I watched the Steelers game. The Philadelphia versus the Mafia Netflix thing was cool. Like, these guys are putting out hits on each other. Jesus. Philly was nasty. Check it out. I give it 5-star review. But back to the topic at hand. Dan Campbell's keeping an eye on Aaron Glenn. They do text, which is nice. Who do you guys think overall is going to be the better coach? To me, I think the Jets are a dumpster fire. They got an owner that meddles, that just says things that he shouldn't say and is weird about it. He's like a fan. He's like a drunk fan that's on pills and tries to talk to the media. If we had a quarterback that could throw the ball, we'd be a good team. Bro, your coach picked him. Shut up. When Woody Johnson's at the owner's meeting, he should just say, I defer all questions to Aaron Glenn. He runs the ship. I trust what he does. Yeah, we could get better play, but we all got to be better. This is not hard. Woody Johnson's out there blasting Justin Fields. Justin Fields out there crying in a closet. The owner made Justin Fields cry in a closet. First of all, I'm not really sure I want my quarterback crying in a closet. Second of all, damn dear brother, don't share that. Cry privately. I cry privately when I see my monthly expenses from the wife. I'll tell you guys, I'm not crying in no closet. I'm crying openly. Honey, I only got 2 good jobs. I cannot get a third. I'm crying openly on the internet. Honey, our spending. You're killing me here. I'm going bald here. I got 2 jobs. You're spending too much. I'm joking around. Like every other man. My wife spends whatever she wants. But I just complain about it. Honey, my wife can spend and buy whatever the hell she wants. But all I have the right is to be like, My favorite is I joke, and I tell all at parties, I say, my wife's in the Platinum Amazon Club because she's on a 1,000-day streak of having an Amazon box show up my front door. And oh yeah, I tell people, like my wife is addicted to Amazon, purely addicted. She's in the Platinum Club. She's invited. If she misses a day, the mailman calls and says, hey, is your wife okay? She didn't order it. I didn't see a package come to your door today. Meanwhile, I'm here typing, broadcasting, building the Detroit Sports Podcast Network from the ground up. Honey, stop spending. You're killing your man. She's like, write more. Kelvin Sheppard, find a real source and say that Kelvin Sheppard is going to be the coach of LSU. I'm like, honey, no real source wants to talk to me. Can you see why? Oh, man. Real fast. Who's a better coach? I think it's going to be Ben Johnson. That was a bad game, though. That was a bad loss to the Ravens. My God, that should be a win. I love the dichotomy of the Bears fans where they go every time that they lose a game, Caleb Williams sucks. What a narrative. But good for Dan Campbell. It was a good question. They asked, does it mean a good thing if they have success for your staff? He's like, I don't know how that correlates, but directly right now, but it just makes sense. I do think Sean Dion Hamilton is probably going to be somebody that's going to work his way up to be a coordinator. Scotty Montgomery one day could be a head coach. He just screams head coach material. Kelvin Sheppard is going to be a coach. So the Lions have great coaching. Really, that's part of the reason why they win. They got a bunch of former players and a head coach where the players respect him. Hey, Mark. Thank you. That's really all the nicest thing you could do. See, guys, you guys are very nice and you understand my plight. That's all you could ask for. The whole world can misunderstand me, but you guys understand. $2 to the Doc's Amazon Fund. We need more. We're talking every single day. Every day. there is a box at my door. It's to the point where it's numb. You see that damn symbol and you just want to one day rip it apart. Be like, man. But I'm lucky I got blessed with a great job and two great careers. Thank you, Mark, humbly. That's really kind and very funny too when I show my wife. Can you please let up a day? Like, it's Sunday. It's the bye week. Can you get the Amazon box, please? I'm like, I'm on the couch watching football. No. Dan Campbell has done well, and I think he's going to have a lot more coaches. So let's lead into that transition here. Because I talked about it. I don't think it's going to happen. Okay? I do not think it's going to happen. But Kelvin Sheppard is a hot commodity. It's pretty straightforward. Meaning, that defense is going to get better. Now, it wasn't hard to put 2 and 2 together, all right? Corey Woods does a great job for MLive. Basketball knower, NFL knower, smart dude. Fellow has a master's degree now. He put his credentials next to his name. I joked with him. I said, I should put Detroit Sports Podcast, Detroit Sports Podcast, LLP, MS. What is it? Master of Arts? I got a master's degree. What did I get it in? I forgot. But I'm not going to put all the letters in my name that are in my credentials. But Corey now is MSW. MALLP, I think is what it is. But I'm like, just Detroit Sports Podcast. But it didn't put, like, he asked, it was straightforward. He asked Kelvin Sheppard like a week ago, what did LSU mean to you? John Macaroon, LMNOP, QRSTUV. I was going to say something else, but I want to stay on the internet. But I'll just say this. There are 2 in a parentheses you will never see next to my name. Ever. Kelvin Sheppard was influenced strongly by LSU. He spent a year as the director of player development. LSU has an opening. Would they take a chance on Kelvin Sheppard? The timing doesn't match up because you'd fall behind in recruiting, but his name is on every list. Okay, it took me 4 seconds to realize LSU fired Brian Kelly. You got to write about Kelvin Sheppard being a potential candidate. He should be a candidate. You should throw your name. I mean, listen, this is free advice. You should interview Kelvin Sheppard. Kelvin, come talk to us. What are we doing? You're from us. You know us. You played here. You're familiar. Tell us, where are we wrong? And they'd be like, how the hell are you going to hire Brian Kelly? A Fugazi. Literally, I'm not going to lie. And I've gone from now, when I have a thought, I used to, back in the day, a decade ago, not share it. The second that video dropped with him and that recruit, he should have been fired. I don't care what his credentials are. Bro, that's ridiculously embarrassing and stupid. How are you going to do a video acting like you're hip hop? You aren't that. Literally, the producer should have been fired. The person that hit send on the tweet should have been fired. Literally, how does that recruit do that? Coach, I ain't dancing with you, bro. Sorry. That's not how we get a quarterback here. I think that dude left too. Come on. And Brian Kelly better stay away from Michigan State. We don't need no 65-year-olds. And the problem is he's better than what Jonathan Smith brings, but we need a young gunslinger with some emotion. There's a name. Would you do it? Is it Robert Saleh? Luckily, my nephew, he's a smartass. He said the Spartans are getting Matt Patricia. Smartass. If the Spartans get, I'll tell you this now, if the Spartans get Matt Patricia, come on this stream and sit back and watch the fireworks. I will scream for an hour straight. And I'll tell you why At first, it'll be bad, but could be something. But the name that I would like is Robert Saleh and maybe settle on James Franklin. But James Franklin's probably going to get some money from Florida. He'll probably use Michigan State to get a better deal. Ghetto boy Juan knows what's up. Next time you're at Spartan Stadium, you got to hit the direct message. Doc, you going to be there? I would have said, what's up? Kelvin Sheppard will be fiery. He'll be passionate. He'll instill leadership. And I think, too, if you're Kelvin Sheppard and you're like, dog, you guys are doing $50, $60 million buyouts, shit. I'll take 4 years. I'll take $10 million a year. I'll take give me 4 years, $40 million and $60 million buyout. Give me $100 million. 4 years, $40 million. I want all the money to buy these players, and I want $60 million if you fire me. No matter what. It doesn't go down. If I don't get 4 years, I get $60 million. It doesn't go down. It goes down after 4 years. I want my 4 years. I want my 40 mil. I want my full class. I mean, you got to go steal. If that's what they're giving away to get fired, you got to go steal that college money. Screw the pros. But if he stays, I do think honestly and realistically, he'll stay the defensive coordinator this year and next year. And I think in 2027, he'll be a hot commodity. You got to learn. You got to see things. You got to be able to go through trials and tribulations. You want to finish the job. You want to get that Super Bowl. You want to see Jack Campbell grow. You want to see your draft picks, maybe if you get a linebacker, develop. You got to at least get a young developmental player that you want. You got Barnes. You got Jack Campbell. Rodrigo. That's 3. Maybe. But Kelvin Sheppard, listen, he's a leader of men. He's easy to talk to, very bright, very passionate. And I think the defense, I mean, when you have a performance, when you have all those guys out, that's eye-opening. It's eye-opening when the defense stays strong and can adapt. It's awesome to see. So do you think he'll end up in the NFL as a head coach? Or, I mean, there's no better spot than LSU, man. You get the hot stove, you get the passionate fans, you get all the resources in the world. And you guys were mean in the comments on Facebook. You're like, they're not hiring Kelvin Sheppard. Doc, it's the South. I'm like, man, it's one of their own. He's like, look who's been hired there. Ed Orgeron, Nick Saban, Brian Fugazi Kelly with the Southern accent. I'm like, well, maybe down South is tough. But I always say stick to your own. He went there. He worked there. It helps. I would say Saleh would win the room. You hire Bulla to be a high-standing member of the coaching staff. Now you're talking business. He's your defensive coordinator. What do you guys think about Kelvin Sheppard? What does he got to do better in the second half? John Morton has to do better with play calling, has to do better on third down. I do think truly that Kelvin Sheppard will be a hot commodity. Now, the Lions are going to face J.J. McCarthy. I think we'll have a later podcast where we do a more detailed look, but I love it. The Lions are going to confuse the living hell out of him. He's going to come back and he's going to throw the ball all over the place. And it's not going to be to Justin Jefferson. It's going to be Amik Robertson locking him down again. Problem is I'm concerned about Addison. Addison was starting to build that connection with Carson Wentz. I think it's great that Carson Wentz got hurt. No apologies. Too bad, so sad. J.J. McCarthy will move the pocket, but he's raw, and Kelvin Sheppard is going to abuse him. He is going to get confused, and I think the Lions are going to win by double digits, especially because the game's at Ford Field. Now, had this game been in Minnesota, you look at it differently. This Lions game is going to go great. Steve, what are you doing? I don't know why, but I put my money on the Vikings this week. Steve, Green Bay, Notre Dame, Yankees are my teams. JPP, JP, page 2. What's Wingo status? Healthy scratch. He's got to earn his way. And guess what? The problem is the Lions, I think, love Roy Lopez. They love some Roy Lopez. He's got to do better. He's a healthy scratch. Stinks. He's got to do better in practice. He's got to get his legs under him. I think that the injury that he had derailed him, and his practice time has shown that he's not good enough yet to beat out Roy Lopez and Tyleik Williams and now Amik Robertson. And now you get Aleem McNeil back in the fold. It's another spot that Wingo don't get. Al-Quadin Muhammad and Wheat have taken time. There's no room for Wingo. There's literally no room for Wingo. Where in the world is Mekhi Wingo? Practicing, but not playing. Guys, please smash the like button. That's how we continue to grow. If you want to be a member, you get member-exclusive videos that are on demand. We do a handful of videos just for members. We got a half a dozen so far. New subscribers, which is great. New members. So for the dozen of you, thank you. That's awesome. We'll continue to grow that. Let's try to get to maybe 25 by the Eagles game. Simple, $5.99 goes to the program. I think it's $4.99, $5 a month. Supports Lions Lone Wolves podcast and the crew behind the scenes. Goff has shredded Flores' defense. Absolutely. I'm very confident. This is why it's going to be a good week. This week is going to be about Rodrigo talking, Amik and Justin Jefferson reliving their rivalry. It'll be about the Lions in the division, but the Lions are going to be in a good spot. Trust me. It's going to be about it's going to be all about the Lions. Does JMO and do the Lions show love to David Montgomery and JMO as St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs have taken the team? This is Amon-Ra's team. This is Jahmyr Gibbs' team. I will say this. You can rock a pink robe or whatever color that was. You can do whatever the hell you want. Why are you sharing that, man? Listen, I know you're a talented athlete, very fast, and you're young and in your prime. I don't do robes in hotels. Now, when I go to Korea, I might do a robe at the massage parlor if that's the rule. I don't do robes. Simple as that. Dude's out there with his little dog and hanging out in his robe. Now, it might be super comfy. I got to be like, man, I don't do the robe life. Do you guys do robes? You guys do personalized robes? Dude, I'm a dude. I'm a grown man. I don't do robes. That photo is funny to me. He's sitting there living his best life on the couch. Smart. I would actually, to be honest, I want to see an athlete with like some Cheetos on his shirt, like a chocolate stain from the snacks he's been eating. The dude had a nice little setup. Jorge says, our O-line might have got a little exposed last game. They got to do better. That's the other thing I learned is that the offensive line has high standards. They haven't met it yet. They have not met the standard yet of consistency to be able to protect Jared Goff in the pass protection game. Got to be better. Goff's turnovers have gone up a little bit. Pass protection has to be much better. Steve Wilds is in his Speedo or in a banana hammock? The more you know. I'm going to Korea with a banana hammock. I'm going to be, that's it. You gave me the idea. You gave me the idea, Steve. Very nice. I'm going to be him in Korea. I am going to be Borat Doc in Korea. Very nice. I am going to be Borat in Korea. I'm going to call myself Tom H. Borat. Tom H. sent me here. I here for some kimchi and sake. That's what I'm going to do. In my banana hammock. On the beach of Korea. Tom, does Korea have beaches? Or do I got to sit down and eat the rice with my hands in these restaurants? I got to learn the Korean culture. I'm going to Korea. Wednesday, Steve. Always on Wednesday. I forget my days, but I know today's Monday. Monday Night Football is on in 5 minutes. Oh, God, just a fan. What? Yeah, make sure my wife has bail money. What can I do in Korea that could get me in trouble? Like, is the code word like banned? Like, if I'm in the massage parlor, I say it. Do they have the people come after me real fast? Are there sting operations? I thought it was kind of more free flowing. Oh, maybe I need to go to Thailand. That's it. See, that's what I was thinking. See, it's early. It's the bye week. I should go to Thailand. That's where all the weirdos go. Korea, then Thailand. I wanted to say Korea to keep it topical. I should go to Thailand. 3 at a time. Thailand. Robert Edwards, shout out to you. Doc, do you think the NFL refs are involved in game rigging? There's no way I would believe that it hasn't happened before. You get caught up in a gambling debt, you get a you make a little call here and there. Absolutely. Game rigging and for-profit gambling. Absolutely. It has to happen. There's no way it doesn't. It has to. The odds say it would happen. There's too much money involved, too much insider info. I mean, these officials have information. They know the trick plays. They know things. They obviously, not all of them, but there has to be some level of, hey, we're not going to let this happen. Not script writing, not like that, but there has to be. There's too much money involved, especially now that you legalized it. It'll come out. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. It'll come out. Especially, yeah, if the mafia is still going strong, which is shocking to hear in 2025. I was enthralled. I don't know about you, but they were like, we have got the Gambino. I'm like, Gambino crime family? I have mafia books back here that I've read. John Gotti, the mafia. I should go look here real fast. Where are they? I'll look for next time. I have like 3-4 books about the mafia and getting Gotti. Jeez, the mafia. I have them. I've read them. I was like, Gambino crime family, the crazy crime family. Jesus. that's old school. It's still going down. The mafia is still going down. Man. All right, let's end on a very high note. I think today was a good day after the bye week for the Lions on SI content-wise. Give it a shot. I know we have fun here. We joke around, but give it a shot. si.com/NFL/Lions/on SI. We write what everybody else writes, and we have a special flair. That's not boring. And I am not bought and paid for media. For sure. I am independent. The views expressed by Lions on SI reflect those of me. And I am not bought and paid for. I am not compromised. I receive no checks from the Lions. Can you tell? I receive no benefits from the Lions other than a good hello. I am not compromised. I am not a partner. I'm me. But I feel like if you check out Lions on SI, you'll be informed, you'll have your thoughts and emotions provoked, and you'll be understanding what's going on with the Lions. Now, to share, I have the Lions losing 2 games the rest of the way. I'm going to go to the site, and I'm going to just quickly get to, and this is also a free promotion to the site. I believe if you go there every day, you'll be entertained, you'll learn, you'll have fundamental knowledge of everything. Oh, Robert, I know. Michael Francis, the Mafia podcast. I listen to them all. Bro, I'm all about it. Godfather 1, 2, 3. Make him an offer he can't refuse. I told you, I'm all about it. John Gotti, the way they captured him. Oh, I'm all about it. I'm all about the mafia. It's just, you can't not be, if you're a man, you cannot be not interested in the mafia. It's the mafia. Jorge, shout out to you, man. Robert, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. Always look forward to seeing your comments. Stay suited and booted, brother. Nice. Let me look here real fast. I got to show you because I don't want to front here. I did. Where are these Mafia books? Controversy creates cash. Are they up here on top? Oh, yeah, here they are. Underboss. Nice. A lot of psychology books, wrestling books, poker books. I am a fan of poker. And there's a lot of books in here. Ah, right here, see? Boom. Boom. Underboss, the rise and fall of a mafia family. Gotti, rise and fall. Man, these books were like, I read these fast. Yeah, there's no, I mean, I ain't playing poker with Chauncey Billups, for sure. I ain't doing that. Yeah, no way, no celebrities. Dude, it's pretty, those are easy to tell. Aces and kings, we run it twice and 2 kings hit the board. Like, the king's not supposed to hit on the turn and river. The funny part is that I would be in a game where it's good. I get aces and I'm going up against kings. Let's run it 3 times. First time a king comes up. Second time a king comes up. Third board a king comes up. Wait a stinking minute. Poker players will understand that. I play cards too. So, Robert, I think you realize today I'm a man's man. Drink bourbon, play poker, talk junk. And I'm going to Korea and Thailand. All right, let's get you out of here on some good news. You guys made me laugh today. This is the site. I feel like it's a good site. It's very clean. It operates very well. 6 stories today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6, 7 stories a day. About 6, 7 stories a day, they say, is what I do. Right? Yeah, it tells you I have kids. 6, 7 stories. So I think it's a site that compares. I don't want to humble brag, but it's a site that does well. You guys support it. It means a lot to me. It really does. So I did a story. Updated game-by-game predictions. Let's blow this up. Now, if you go to the site, you'll always see a nice high-quality photo. And you'll see a video. Watch the ads. Enjoy it a little bit. You know. We will clearly, if you check out something, whatever you searched on the internet will show up on the Google search. We do steal your information. See, this has showed up now because I looked at, this is some note device that's like super high quality and really fast transcriber. Like it takes notes. You stick it in your computer within like 4 seconds. It will enter into audio, into text. So it's some gimmick, but it's expensive. So I'm not buying it. I'm just transcribing gets old, guys. It just gets old. So you got to find ways to get the audio from Dan Campbell and the coaches and the players as fast as possible. That's expensive. It could do it. But yeah, we will. So if you're looking at bad stuff, it will show up on the site if that's what you're looking at. So that's the last couple things I've looked at has been like high-tech transcribers. I have the good old-fashioned one from Sony. Now, here we go. Vikings, I got as a win. Win, 6-2. Commanders, win, 7-2. It's the Commanders' revenge game. You're going to whoop their ass. Eagles, guys, listen, let's be honest. The league's going to F you. They're going to bone you. The Gambinos are going to say, hey, the Lions aren't winning here. It's Philly. The crime family's going to be like, No. No. Loss. In the comments, if I'm wrong, we'll debate. Giants, you whooped their ass. Sorry, Cam. Season's done. Their season ended with one stupid hip drop tackle. Zach Bond is cheap. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. Packers, you win. Thanksgiving, baby. Cowboys win. Whoop their ass too. Win. 10-3. Rams, listen, I'm concerned about the Rams. These are road games. So I'm being honest here. I can't have the Lions going 15-2 again. I would be shocked. So I give it a loss. I think Stafford and Devontae Adams are sick. Puka Nacua, their running attack, it's just too much. And they got the new cornerback now. They're making moves like McCreary. Like, come on. Come on, Les. You got to make the moves now. So if I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. Steelers is a win. Vikings is a win on the road. Bears is a win. 13-4, baby. 13-4 is my final record prediction. Am I wrong? 13-4, baby. Thank you guys humbly for your support. That was a fun hour. 300 people. Please just hit the like button. You don't have to give super chats. You don't have to be a member. They're always welcome. They're always open. But the free thing you can do is just like and comment. Engage in the process. You have a direct access to me. I am responding to 98.5% of the comments. 13-4 might not even win in the 1 seed, right? That's how sick it is. That's how gross it is. I do think it has a good chance. Yes. Robert, shout out to you. Neil, Jorge, really appreciate you guys checking in, blowing up the comments. Steve, Just a Fan, Anakin, John, much love to you guys. I really do get fired up to talk to you guys. One last thought. Hey, Doc, do you think Spartans are going to fire Smith? Yes, they are. It's either going to be at the bye week after Minnesota or next year. He's lost the support. The new AD and president sit in the back of the room, stone-faced. Listen, it's straightforward. And it might not have even been, even if Jonathan Smith won 6 games this year, his guy that hired him got fired. His guy that brought him in got fired. You think Jonathan Smith's happy that the guy that hired him is gone? It's like, okay, Jonathan Smith probably checked out. But who cares? That guy can't coach. That guy's not a Big Ten coach. That guy can't coach. The very fundamental is that guy can't coach. The fundamentals is run the football. Why is Childs even throwing the ball? Childs, you picked Childs, the guy regressed. You picked that guy, you paid that guy, he regressed. He's not a Big Ten quarterback, not a Big Ten coach. And your flat line in motion doesn't play well here. You run the ball, you play well, and hey, if the officials bone you in your stadium, you don't stand there looking like you're on Xanax. Bro, put down the Xanax, pop the Adderall, bro. We got more passion on our podcast than you got your whole tenure here. This is football. This is not chess. This is not the MSU book club. Show some spirit. Show something. Show anything. Growth. Portal bad. Morale bad. All bad. You actually competed on defense with Michigan. You stopped them a lot. But you're supposed to be an offensive guru. Your offense is atrocious. No creativity, no excitement, no consistency. So fire his ass. He's gone. He's gone. We will not see Jonathan Smith past March. His number goes down. They're trying to save the $5 million. I think it's $31 million today and $25 in February. MSU's cheapest. They're cheap. They're trying to save that $5 million. So he will be fired. Better be fired. Otherwise, I'm not going to Thailand. I'm not going to Korea. So 13-4, am I wrong? That's what I talked about today. Are you confident in the Lions facing J.J. McCarthy? What did you learn about the team? The Lions are getting healthier. Who are you excited to get back the most? Are you concerned about Terrion returning? Dan Campbell follows Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. Who's going to be the better coach between the assistants that left and Kelvin Sheppard? Good show. Good return show from the bye week. Good 65 minutes. Thank you guys for your time. I'm on the Mel Tucker plan. One phone's professional. One phone, maybe not. Mel Tucker learned from me, the DOC. But you got to keep it private. Mel's like, I'm going to talk to the lady that does the speeches on sexual appropriateness. Wrong choice, Mel. You have your whole choice of women to cheat on, not her. Men are dumb. Beyond dumb. He could have cheated with everybody. Non-disclosure agreements. You could use your two phones wisely. $90 million? Bro, I don't get it. You're making $90 million. Listen, I'm not advertising anything here, but if you're making listen, PSA to all the rich folks out there, the coaches, all the rich folks, the wealthy, if you need to do it, pay for it. You paid it for them to leave and to be quiet. You pay so you don't get your ass sued. I literally have said that to like 50 people. You just pay. You're getting $7, $8, $9 million a year. That's like literally us going to get a steak for $200. You just pay. They walk away, they leave, and you can be the coach. Is this a concept that you just got to be so crazy that you did this? He could have been a freak and beat Michigan. He actually is probably the perfect coach for Michigan State. A freak, allegedly, and a good football coach. He literally was perfect. But his decision-making is terrible. You guys had to get me down this road. We had Mel Tucker. He was beating Michigan. He found an NFL running back. But he was a freak. A true freak. Why? Why is the guy that could have brought the Michigan State back in the NFL, was a good somewhat motivator, and was beating Michigan? But he's a freak. Allegedly. Got two phones. They don't know how to use them. All right, that's my time. I'm going to go 1 more minute, 69 minutes. Neil, I think you're wrong. He didn't have passion. He had sweat. He would sweat through his jerseys. Was he passionate? He was just a good coach, hard-nosed. He wasn't passionate. I don't think he was fiery. He was sweating all the time. He was just sweating through the freaking, it was like he had like 90 headlights on him. I think he was sweating because the phone was ringing. That's what the phone was ringing. Oh, that's what happened. He had a physiological response. The phone was ringing in his pocket. He's like, whoosh, oh, she's calling me. She wants my money. That's what happened. The phone was ringing. He's like, shoot, I got to make sure which one it is. Thank you, guys. I hope you had some laughs. I hope you have a good time with this. 69 strong minutes, talking little ball, introductory to the week. We'll go a little bit more in depth. Wanted to have a little fun after the bye week. It's Monday Night Football. I really do appreciate you guys. You know I have all the love in the world for you. We got to 4,000 subscribers. We got a fun community here. It's never boring. And the blessing is you get the real and raw John the Doc Macaron. Regular guy, man's man. And I tell you what I think. And I appreciate the opportunity. Let's talk soon. Let's talk Lions football. Please visit our site. It's free. I try not to put anything behind a paywall. It's all there. I'm the Doc, John Macaron. Support NSI. Support your local media members. Anything at all you have a question about, you know where to find me.